Well, good evening. No, not good evening. Fantastic evening. Denver Broncos fan, welcome to the Denver Bronco Roundup, brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Check out the Rocky Mountain Sports Network for all of your Colorado sports needs. We're going to be talking about a little bit of Broncos tonight. We are also brought to you by Willis, or sponsored by Willis Seasonings and Blends, everybody. I just want to get that out of the way. I am your host, Keith Brugman, the clapper on the stage, Mr. Jody Moncrief. We got another guy coming in. I'm going to bring him to the stage right now. Just brought him in. He's been adopted. We've given him the adopted name as well. Welcome, the stepfather, Kenny Kirkpatrick. Kenny, thanks for joining in as well, buddy. Appreciate it so much.
I found it. I found the colors, blue and orange, K&K Bronco colors with my good luck.
Russ is back, baby.
I don't have a Bronco hat, but this hat pulled it off today for the Giants. I had to wear it tonight, boys. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us, man. We got a lot of excited people coming in here. Mr. Ernie Mays coming in here saying, Keith, how about our Broncos? 4 in a row, buddy. 4 in a row, man. And stopped another team's streak as well. Pearl's coming in here saying, wow. Yeah, that's one way to put it, Pearl. That's one way to put it. Man, these guys, I tell you, this team, just amazing. Kenny's coming in. Pearl's coming in and saying a special hello to Kenny, right, as well. Got a special favorite out there already. All right.
Got to be those onion rings,
Bobby.
right? Those onion rings.
Oh, we got to hear about those onion rings. That's it. We do. Thanks for the reminder, Kenny. He's on top of it. New one to the show. This is Bobby Jackson Jr. says, oh, I'm sorry. I might be. Oh, yeah. No, this is right. Saying, heck yeah, let's go. Guys, if you don't mind, StreamYard.com/Facebook. It'll allow your user identity to be shown. If not, drop your name. Appreciate it a bunch. This is also Bobby coming in and says, you guys got right to it. On fire. Yeah, we are on fire. Also, Louise saying they were on fire. That's, I think, the Broncos that were on fire. And good friend of mine coming in, Jeremy, saying, sup, fellas, go Broncos. Huge win. Huge, like our fourth guest to the panel, Mr. Trevor Salzman. Welcome in, Trevor. How you doing? Thanks for sitting backstage.
All good.
There
Great win. I mean, all the way around, just fantastic the way this team came in clutch. And again, like we talked about pregame, Russ has got to make a throw, and he did that. He delivered in this one.
That's
Real quick, I said it to Keith and Jody, but I got to say congratulations to you two and everybody in this chat, in the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast group. You guys deserve it. You guys have been with this team through good and bad. And you guys deserve this run that you're getting. Believe me, you do.
I think I just figured it out. Our Denver Bronco Roundup group right now, that's Ernie Mays and Pearl and Bobby's in here and Jeremy. That's our posse. Over here on the Roundup. Let's get it going, guys.
Mount Rushmore.
We got the Mount Rushmore over here. Yeah, right over here. But no, the posse, right there in the chat. We appreciate you guys a ton coming in here, talking about a Broncos win. And man, this team, as you mentioned, just keeps stacking wins, finding out ways to do it. Jody, How did they do it tonight? Your first initial reaction. Let's keep this short so everyone can get in here, and I want everyone's thoughts in the chats as well. But initial thoughts. How did they get it done, bud?
Defense made plays, kept them out of the end all but 2 times. And the offense did enough getting down there, kick field goals, made smart choices, getting field goals. And we all seen it. Russ led back-to-back game-winning drives. What more can you say now? Do you want another quarterback?
Oh, throwing down the gauntlet early. I love it. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Should have thrown it to the guest first, but the stepfather. Here's an outside perspective. How did you see this game come together? How did we get this win? How do we keep doing it?
Well, I'll start backwards I'll start from the fourth quarter to first quarter in about 30 seconds. Russell Wilson,
love it.
Game winning. You need that franchise guy will show up when you need him most. And he's the guy making the money. He did it. He made the plays, not even in that last drive, but that drive that Judy dropped the ball. Fourth quarter. Now for the whole game, the kicking game, special teams is what won this game for you guys tonight. Because without those 5 field goals, this is even one missed field goal. It's a different game. So hats off to Will Lutz and the special teams, the kicking game on this victory tonight for sure.
1 missed field goal all year. That's impressive.
That is pretty good. So it sounds like Russell Wilson for president, Will Lutz for vice president. That's where it's all coming in for the winning ticket, according to Kenny. Trevor.
I did forget one person who deserves this win too. Albert, who's not here, and Kurt.
Yes.
My co-host over in New Jersey. They deserve this win as well. Forgot to mention those 2 guys, Keith.
Yeah, man. I mean, geez, Kenny should be running the show, man. He keeps bringing up things left and right. I've left out our fantastic, some of our co-hosts.
I haven't been able to root for this. You guys adopted me. I love it.
You're fired up. I'm fired up. I'm drinking all this coffee, and I know Trevor's fired up as well. He wants to talk about how this game got won by the Denver Broncos yet again.
Yeah, I would say I think the defense. 3 turnovers in this game. That's just. It's amazing that this defense continues to force turnovers, and we're winning the turnover battle. That's the biggest thing in this game. We talk about Russ Wilson and that play rate at the end, but none of this happens without those turnovers. This defense created plenty of them in this game. Broncos early on didn't capitalize till the end when they got that big play by Russ Wilson, Cortland Sutton. But this defense still, the numbers don't look great. I know the running game, they had trouble stopping the run, but when they needed to, they came up clutch in this game. This game could have very well, if they would have let Minnesota score, this game would have been out of hand, and you wouldn't have seen the offense even have a chance right now. This is the thing. This defense is clicking. So the offense ain't quite there yet. But the defense is clicking. They're stepping up when they need to. They're being clutch when they need to. That's transferring over to the offense with Russell Wilson. We've seen that for 2 weeks now in a row. So what a great job by Vance Joseph. Again, where do you put Vance Joseph right now if Russell Wilson's the president? Where do you put Vance Joseph? Because he's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Co-president? I don't.
Yeah, there you go. It's a big full ticket. That's what it is. It's a big full ticket. And Pearl's coming in here and saying, I really thought most of the game Minnesota outplayed the Broncos, but the heart. Yeah, the heart of this team to keep grinding, keep going. Again, we just rewind back 4 games ago and think about where this team was at and where their mind was at and where they could have went. Heck, half the media was telling them to tank and sell off all their pieces, and the season was done for. Man, we're going to be talking about it maybe here just in a minute, but AFC, the way it's starting to shake out, the possibilities of what the Broncos have in front of them, playoffs aren't out of the picture, boys. Hey, the one thing I just want to mention, man, we heard Russell Wilson, we've heard special teams, we heard defense, we heard turnovers. Once again, this is like an absolute all-team effort in order to get these games won. They continue to do it, and it's just amazing to me that this Denver Broncos team has shown the heart, as Pearl put out there, and has came out and won the game. So again and again and again. Now it's now it's Patrick Mahomes. Now it's Josh Allen. Now it's a 5-0 team stopping the streak. At some point, Broncos got to be dangerous, man. I want to get to some of maybe the highlights of of who, right? Who made this game possible, man? I think I was going to go back and take a look real quick at our ad. I forget exactly how I put it, but basically MVP of the game or best performance. That's what I put. Best performance of the game. I'll start off with Trevor, man. Who's one of your nominees for best performance of the game, man?
Ooh, I would say, I think it's Baron Browning. I think he saved a couple tackles there for first down with Dobbs there, and I think he was just pressure on the quarterback all day. And I just it's really hard like to say one guy because, like you said, Keith, it's really it's really a team thing. It's all three phases they got to show up in these games, so it's really hard. But I would say Baron Browning quietly really had, I think, a really nice game and just really kept Dobbs from getting that big first down right there. What a great tackle that is. If Dobbs gets that, that's maybe a changer right there, game changer right there. So.
Good point, man. Good point. It really came in clutch down the end, just like you were talking about. We were talking about with Russell Wilson a little bit earlier. The stepfather, Kenny Kirkpatrick, man. Who was your outstanding performance?
I got to go back to it, guys. I got to give Will Lutz credit in this one. Without him kicking those field goals, guys, you're not winning this game. So that's got to be mine. I know there's a lot of defensive guys and offensive guys that can get it, but I got to give props to Will Lutz, who's not probably going to get the credit for the victory like some of the other position players on offense and defense.
Good call out, man. As Jody pointed out, only one miss the entire season, and certainly, clutch in this game. Almost every single point. Well, every single point up until the very end. So, Will Lutz, completely understand that nomination. Jody, do you have a nomination here, bud?
The easy one is Russ, but I'm going to go with Jaleel McLaughlin. He played great on defense, had an interception, pass. He's been Denver. I mean, you don't see a lot from Pat Surtain because he's locking guys down, but McLaughlin is making plays time after time, and he's your next Chris Harris that you have for about the next 10 years, probably.
McMillan. That's who you're speaking of. Yeah. Yep. And I have to agree, man, because, here's a guy that last year when he started to hit the field, I was not impressed. He was kind of maybe my Fabian Moreau for my Giants fan here on the on the pod here. So was not impressed with what he put on the field last year. But, man, has he turned it up and turned it around this year and is playing lights out. I'm going to make my nomination for the birthday boy. For the birthday boy, Justin Simmons, man. Justin Simmons went out there and played one heck of a game. Went out there and was clutch on completely shutting down T.J. Hawkinson. I know at least two batted balls that he put down that should have been catches by Hawkinson. Played lights out, was coming up, playing, covering up for, on the back end of runs a lot. I mean, you name it, he was out there. He was getting.
Should have had a pick, too.
Should have had a pick. Should have had a pick, man. For all the ones that he's pulled in, that was an easy one for him to pull in. Should have had a touchdown tonight, too, from a guy that maybe had it in his hands, too. But he's paid to catch those ones. But I digress. Justin Simmons, what a phenomenal, performance, especially on a birthday, man. Got to give him a call out. I got to agree with Trevor, though, man. There was so many that we could sit there and we could go around the horn again and again and again and talk about fantastic performances because there were a few out there, man. There were quite a few. This team, once again, finds ways, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to shut teams down, to diminish what they're capable of. Everyone is talking about how this, at the very end of the game, the media guys were talking, how, no one, typically this Minnesota offense has some passing plays, has some gains in the through the air, get some touchdowns through the air. We saw none of that tonight, man. It was very, very, very closely monitored by the Denver Broncos defense, and again, the Broncos offense doing enough to get it done. So, start back around from the other side, Jody. Biggest concern as you're coming out of this game, man.
Kareem Jackson. He started this game off, should have got a 15-yard penalty, still hitting with his head low.
Leading with the helmet.
And you can see tight ends did get deep on him, some plays. Hopefully P.J. Locke is not out a long time because that is he is an upgrade over Turner Yell, but he is definitely a downgrade over PJ Locke. So if I'm going to nitpick one thing, that would probably be it.
Very good. I got the raceway in the background. If you guys didn't hear that, it sounded like it anyway. So, yeah, a little bit concerning. It's a concern that we've had even, from the off season. A lot of people didn't even know if we'd be bringing back a Kareem Jackson. So now that he's been back and he's been certainly hasn't played to his best. Let's just put it that way. He's at the tail end of his career. He goes out there. He plays with a lot of heart, maybe with a little bit too much of his head. But Kareem Jackson, reason for concern if we had to have him out on the field for a long period of time. The stepfather, Kenny Kirkpatrick. Again, great outside perspective. You get to take a look at these guys on the field. What would be your concern, bud?
I'm going to go somebody on offense. I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy, guys. And the reason why I'm going Jerry Jeudy, I think if he would have scored that touchdown, that would have been great for his confidence. But he dropped that ball. That could have been the difference maker in the game. Cortland Sutton can't do it every week. Teams are going to start double teaming him and putting pressure on him. It's going to add pressure to Jerry Jeudy. So going forward, I know you got a tough game against the Browns coming up, some tough defenses. Jerry Judy's a little concerning for me as the second wide receiver here.
That's fair, man. Got to have that relief, man. If you only have one big guy out there, man, like you said, teams are going to focus on him. They're going to take him away, and Judy's got to be able to step up. I thought this was going to be a big game for Jerry Jeudy. I think this lined up to be a big game for Jerry Jeudy, and I thought we saw it right off the beginning, getting him the ball. I think there were opportunities out there, and obviously he missed a big one, dropping that touchdown. Should have been in there. Don't want to hear pass interference. I've seen a lot worse, and a lot more guys bring in balls for touchdowns than what we saw out there tonight. Trevor, what's your concern, man, moving forward out of this game?
It's hard to pinpoint one, to be honest with you. As great as this win was, but I would say third down efficiency. I mean, you're 2 for 12 third down efficiency tonight. Then again, this is why I say it's really important that this defense got turnovers in this game, because I don't think you're winning this game if your defense isn't getting turnovers. Well, that's probably isn't getting those field goals because you weren't moving the ball this game very much at all. You weren't running the ball really either. 46 rushing yards. I mean, there we go. I mean, there's multiple things this team can continue to work on. The thing is, they came out and they fought in this game, and they were miraculously came out and got this. But here's the thing: going forward, the defense cannot continue to save this team. This defense is great, but at some point in time, the offense is going to have to start putting together a complete game and start moving the ball better.
So and third down efficiency is such a big part of being able to do that. Being able to, one of the things that was really concerning to me is we weren't able to hardly ever flip the field in this game. We weren't able to get the ball rolling enough in order to put them in a position where they were backed up. They had great field position. This defense definitely stepped up. Being able to get the third down efficiency up would be tremendous help for this team. I feel like I called out Pearl because Pearl's coming in, I think on the heels of my comments. She says, I felt it was pass interference on Jeudy in the end zone, not called. Well, Pearl, I get that. There certainly was a little bit of a tug of the arm. I expect
he's got to catch that ball.
He's got to catch it still. These guys get tugged and pulled, and there's only so much that you don't want them throwing that many flags on you either. Let's just put it that way. You want to
making one-handed catches, and he's dropping them right in his chest.
Fair. Jeez, call him out. Jeez, Jody. But I wish he would have hauled that in. Like I said, I was expecting a big day out of Jerry Jeudy. My concern is going to be, until I really feel like it's solved, is the defense's ability to stop the run. Alexander Mattison isn't necessarily, a top 5 running back in this league. We have shown the ability to bend, not break. Don't get me wrong. We've shown the ability to get turnovers in opportune times from this defense. But the one thing that concerns me is that this defense seems like it's weak when it comes to running and running up the middle. I knew this defense was going to throw fits towards the Denver Broncos offense. But being able to stop the run is something that this defense needed to do from the get and put the ball in Josh Dobbs' hands.
Their O-line is top 5, in my opinion.
Whose is?
Minnesota's.
Minnesota's. I was like the Broncos. Don't get me wrong, they've been playing really well, but I'm not sure if I'm going top 5 this year. Yeah, they are a top elite offensive line. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's not just tonight. I guess it's the body of work that I've seen kind of stack up where this Denver Broncos defense has trouble stopping the run. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fantastic at stopping the pass. They lock guys down. They shut them down. We talk about Fabian Rowe. We talk about Patrick Surtain. We talk about Justin Simmons. We talk about all these guys in the secondary and what they're capable of. But up front, they still need a little bit of help. I was glad to see that Zach Allen got up and he was back in the game. That would have been a big loss.
Keith, can I ask a rapid fire question?
Yeah,
rapid
go
fire,
ahead. I'm going to hit back into the concern.
10 seconds or less. It's about this. So concerns. On a scale of 1 to 10, guys, 10 seconds or less in audience 2, how concerning is the tight ends being non-existent?
Ooh.
Whoever wants to
start
go
off
first.
with Trevor down there in the corner. We'll go up to
I'll say
Jody next.
I'll say 7. Because reason I say 7 real quickly is because you have other threats, so that will help cover up the tight end room a little bit. But again, it is a concern that they need to address in the offseason, I would say.
You're talking tight ends. There are tight ends doing damage on our defense,
or no, tight ends on offense. Your tight ends.
For me, like a 1 because we've gotten 0 production out of it all year. So, and whatever bonus you get back, Peyton said Dulcich will be back. So if you get anything from him, that's a bonus. If not, you're winning without it. And you played with it with no tight end all year, basically.
if you're already missing it, maybe you're not missing it. So
right.
I like it. Facebook user and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. This is Mr. Kurt Valente coming in here with a 9, and Jeremy Dressler coming in with a 7 as well. Agreeing with Trevor there. Man, I'm kind of like Jody, man. I'm going to put it dead even. I'm going to put it at 5. We haven't missed it a ton. It would be a great addition. It's certainly something I want to address in the offseason, though. It can't go unchecked. Let's just put it that way. Something needs to happen. Someone needs to be brought in that's somewhat competition to what we'd see to Greg Dulcich, in my opinion. So, yeah. Kurt's saying, just right off the bat, this is Kurt Valente, the other half of the K&K Sports Show. I'll have Kenny do a plug here in 2 seconds. He says, our priority next offseason is to get a pass-catching tight end.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
No, we're getting from you guys. Sorry, fellas. We're gonna get him.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be audition guys.
Go back to the Giants for the draft, so...
By the way, Kurt comes in here and says, what's up, boys? Russ, baby. What a drive. Defense, awesome job last drive. Huge win. Let's go, Mr. Kirkpatrick. He's talking about the stepfather there. The stepfather, I want to give you just a second here, or a few moments. I say a second. Take a few moments here, man. Talk about what you do when you're not on the Denver Bronco Roundup, but you're still podcasting.
Thank you, Keith. I'm going to make it quick because this is about the Broncos tonight. But we do a show called K&K Sports Show. You can catch us if you like. Besides Broncos, we do all sports. We'll do football, baseball, basketball. You want to talk soccer, auto racing, throw it in the comments. We'll interact with you. We'll do our best. We have a show called Wits and Wagers. We do sports gambling, give you betting tips. We have a handicapper who comes on with us. And then Kurt, he does a Denver Bronco show on Wednesday nights. So when Denver Bronco Roundup's not on, go check out Kurt, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So it'd be 8 p.m. Mountain time. And then we do a Giant show, but that's not here. This is Broncos show. So the Giant show we do all different times. But this is all about the Broncos today. Thank you, Keith, for letting me plug. But, my answer, though, would be closer to Trevor and Kurt, like a 7 or an 8. Because of my concern with Jerry Jeudy. And if that's going to be a concern, the tight end's going to need to step up. So I'm going to go 7, maybe even an 8 as my concern.
Haven't had a vertical threat tight end. No fan. Same.
You can see us working Mims in, though, like Like Judy, if you're not going to step up, we are going to get Mims more playing time than you less. He's getting a lot more snaps the last 2 weeks.
Snap count's way up. Mr. Kirk coming in. I think these are mainly hypothetical questions, but we can throw them out there. Think anyone is still saying tonight Russ can't throw, Russ can't read a defense, Russ can't do this or that? Stop. This is why you trade for him. Finally, got our franchise quarterback. Hey, let's hit that really quick then, man. Trevor, I'll start with you because if I go around the horn this way, I know where
Let me throw his numbers out real quick.
No, you can throw your numbers out with yours.
No, Russ.
Because I know I know Russ's numbers. I didn't think you were
going
to throw out your numbers.
So everyone can.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Jody then. If you want to throw out some numbers, we'll start with Jody. Is Russ our franchise quarterback? Go ahead, Jody.
Oh, easily. But his numbers: 27 for 35, 259, 1 touchdown, 1 drop touchdown. I don't know what more you want from your quarterback. And you guys can back-to-back game-winning drives. You guys can have the rest of the
Jody's
time.
Jody's with his mic drop. All right. Thank you, Judge. All right. Kenny, do we have our franchise quarterback?
I think you do. I don't think. Yes, you do. He's been a franchise quarterback with Seattle, and I know this has nothing to do with the haters that are out there in the media. He is, because 2 weeks in a row now. Last year, he had Nathaniel Hackett. That was a complete disaster. Not only from Bronco fans, any football fan could see it's a disaster. Look at what the Jets are doing. They can't get anything going over there with the Jets offense. He's got a terrible quarterback, and he's running the ball. He's not running the ball at all. Anyway, that's what Russ was dealing with last year. This year, Sean Payton comes in, totally different style. Even the coach was struggling at the beginning of the year, and now they're all clicking. And now this is 2 weeks in a row. Your franchise guy came through with game-winning drives. So, yes, he is your franchise quarterback. And for those who hate that, go hate somewhere else, because this is not hate. This is reality. He is your franchise quarterback. And I wish he was on my team.
I can understand that. I was kind of thinking about that when we were coming around to you, Kenny. Well, and now we're going to come around to Trevor. Trevor, franchise QB?
Well, I think you're going to kind of have to deal with that regardless, because I think, again, his dead cap hit is up there. So you're going to have to – I'm not ready to say he's back to Seattle, Russ, but he's definitely improved. But who's to say that you need Russ to be franchise quarterback? I mean, he's your wing right now with what he's doing. Now he's got to be more efficient. But we've seen, again, first half, I didn't see Russ. Russ, I think, had trouble seeing the field a little bit. I will say that. I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, but the second half, he definitely adjusted well. And there's a reason why he's top 10 in fourth quarter comebacks. That's what you want for your quarterback. But again, we are seeing a little bit inconsistent with his reads a little bit. And he's starting to do that whole spin thing around, and then he turns his back and he can't see nothing. So then he gets sacked. He still does hold on to the ball a little bit too long. He does have his flaws. Like any quarterback, he has his flaws. But I'm going to praise Russell Wilson right now because he's playing great. No doubt about it. Is he a franchise quarterback? I want to see a full season Russell Wilson before I'm ready to make that statement. He's been great. Don't get me wrong. But full year, and then let's see what he can do. You're probably stuck with him for 2 years anyways. Not to say stuck. You have him for 2 years anyways. So make the most out of it. That's what you brought Sean Payton in here for. Make the most out of it. You have a competent head coach that you're able to get something out of Russell Wilson. Hackett was clearly the problem. We've seen that last season. He was clearly the problem. And we're seeing it again this season there in New York. But Russell Wilson, he's definitely, give him credit. He's definitely stepped in, and he's definitely been the guy right now. He's definitely the guy in Denver. He's a guy that's going to lead this team hopefully to the playoff run. But franchise, I'm not ready to say that yet. That's quite a bit. I don't think quite a bit. It's a little bit of ways. I want to see a full season or sample size.
I think that's fair.
All right, man.
I have a question. What does back to Seattle?
I want to get mine in. I want to get mine in.
Sorry.
I want to talk about mine.
And this sounds like K and K over here with Kurt.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah. Yep. Always a riot over there on the K&K. Always a riot. Love it. No, I mean, the reason I wanted to jump in here, Jody, is because I haven't always been the biggest Russ supporter, but now I start to think about other quarterbacks around the league. Where else am I going to go? Who else is going to be your franchise quarterback? Who else are you going to draft? You going to draft Bryce Young? Because that's worked out. You going to draft Justin Fields? That's looking great. You going to go out there and even get Trevor Lawrence? Look at Trevor Lawrence this year. Not looking all that great. You know, had a great first season. Maybe that was just an anomaly. We don't know yet. What I do know is Russ is going out there and he's consistently playing, putting up fantastic numbers. He's efficient with the ball. He's not turning it over. He's leading drives when we need to. I mean, I was thinking about this before we got on the air. The best game manager, I think, if that's what you want to call him as a quarterback, there is out there. The best. I'm not just talking about, hey, this guy kind of can get it done, doesn't turn over the ball. No, this guy manages the game and manages it to a win at the very end. Absolutely. I think he is your franchise quarterback. And I'm not going to be alone. Again, coming in here, Kurt saying 100%. He's our franchise quarterback. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, combination champions. I also got to get to a couple other ones in here. Ernie Mays jumped in here and said, you guys are awesome. Russ all the way. He is our quarterback. So, Ernie Mays, thanks for jumping in here. Appreciate seeing you as well, sir. He's also coming in here, and of course, Ernie Mays with the and Go Broncos country only. Thank you very much, Ernie Mays. Always coming in here with the fantastic support. So, yeah, I think that it's, for me, I've made the switch, Jody, and that's why I wanted to jump in here and say, because, again, not the biggest supporter, but what else do you want? What else are you looking for? And as Kenny said, man, I'll take him today, man. You guys can have any quarterback on my roster. We'll switch. You can take them all. So, Jody, it's going back to you. Like I said, didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
my 2 cents in. Go ahead.
Cut you off. My big what is old Russ? What is Seattle Russ that we are not seeing? Moonballs.
Yeah,
he's running. That's it. He's not throwing moonballs.
I would agree.
But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. So real quick, question, real quick. Does Russ need to be a franchise quarterback for this team to be successful? What was 2015? What was Peyton Manning? Right? Peyton Manning was not a franchise quarterback. We won the Super Bowl. Now, don't get me wrong, that defense was something special. But who's said that you can't make a long playoff run with the defense and run the football and Russ just making throws when he needs to? He doesn't need to go out and put all these stats out there like Josh Allen. As long as he takes care of the football, makes important throws when he needs to, and we run the ball efficiently and play good defense, what else could you ask for?
Okay, this is where I want to go, just really quick, because I think we need to define something. What the heck is a franchise quarterback? Well, for a 35-year-old quarterback right now, I want to say, is he for sure you want to lock him in as your quarterback for the next 3 years? That's going to be my determination. Do you want to lock him in for the next 3 years? Jody says yes. Kenny says,
I say yes.
Yes. Trevor,
I'm on board.
Lock him in for the next 3 years?
I want to see more of sample size. I ain't really.
Okay, there you go. Okay, good. At least we got that all out. I just didn't want it to be some anomaly. It's like, who is a franchise quarterback? What are we determining as if I'm thinking about Russell Wilson, and let's just say he was up at the end of the year on his contract, do you sign him for 3 years right now?
Yes.
I'm getting a yes from Jody. I'm getting a yes from the stepfather, and I'm getting I want to see more from Trevor. I'm getting a yes from Pearl Heater. Can I get 2 years with an option for the third? No. That's about where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm like that far on board. You know what I mean? Age always scares me. That's the only thing that's my concern.
Tom Brady played till he was
10-second Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So my definition of franchise quarterback isn't stats where he's throwing for 350 yards every week and he's 28 for 37 and 4 touchdowns. My franchise quarterback, game-winning drives when your team needs you, and that's been 2 weeks in a row, and no turnovers. And he's got 4 interceptions this year. So those are two of my top things as for a franchise quarterback. I don't care about the stats. I don't care about he only threw for 184 yards and had 3 touchdowns, but he had 3 touchdowns, guys. That's franchise quarterback wins games, and he's won the last 2 games for you.
I get you, man. You don't want Jameis Winston over 4,000 yards passing, 22 interceptions.
Right.
Doesn't win it all, right?
Exactly.
What does that do for us, right?
I have some
I get it,
guys.
man.
Is
I get it.
Justin Herbert a franchise quarterback? He doesn't
They're
win
locked
games.
in. They're locked into him though, so they hate the kind of. He has to be. They have to figure out that thing out.
Let's put contracts aside, man. You're starting up your team. Are you signing up Justin Herbert to be your quarterback of the future?
Yeah, because he's not been the problem.
Because I've never seen him win. He's never won.
But he doesn't have a head coach that can help him win. They ain't putting the team around to help him win either. I would say you need the head coach to get you there too. I don't think it's just the quarterback. Look at Sean Payton, winning Super Bowl head coach. We just talked about it. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton combination to win Super Bowls. Well, I think that if you get Herbert, a competent coach that knows how to win a Super Bowl or has potential to win a Super Bowl, then I think we might be talking a little bit different. My opinion.
Okay.
But
I'll take it to the stepfather for the tiebreaker then.
Not. I got to put a number in there. I think I got about 10 guys that I would take over him. Right around that 10 number.
Wow. I don't know if I'd put 10. Wow, that's high. That's high. Yeah, I think a lot of.
I'll write them down. We'll see how good I am because I say about 10.
Yeah. I'm gonna write pen and paper in the background. I love it, man.
I always go back to Baltimore in 2000. They won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer, he was a game manager, and they thought the grass was greener on the other side and let him go and brought in another quarterback, and they didn't go back to the Super Bowl, and they didn't go back for a long time. So when you're winning and he's taking you down and for game-winning drives, you stick with that guy. You don't get off of him just because you think the grass is greener. Go look at Drew Brees his first year with Sean Payton. It didn't click just like it did in year 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you watch Russ from week 1 to now, it is night and day. I think Keith locked up, so.
Yeah, I think
Keith
so.
locked up, huh? Oh, by the way, I got 9 of them right now. I'm trying. I know I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah. I thought the defense played really good tonight. Up the run defense. Gave up 175 rush yards. That can't happen. They are making moves on the line. They started Purcell at nose and moved DJ Jones outside. That is one thing I need to see shirt up. I really like how the secondary is playing. And they got to shirt up tackling. They missed a lot of tackles tonight.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, there he is.
Hey. I just wanted a little bit of a break. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, they need to get a refill on the coffee. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Holding it down there. I just had to run out. No, going to try this on cellular hotspot, guys, for a little bit because all of a sudden my internet dumped. So I'm back, guys. Thanks for hanging in there.
I got my 10 guys that I will take over Herbert, by the way.
Okay. Let's go through it, man. That would be a great back.
One has an asterisk, but so you can say 9 or you can say 10, however you want. Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson. I'm taking Brock Purdy with his system that he's in. I'm taking Tua. I'm taking Russ. Now here are the asterisks. You could say Josh Allen. Maybe it's a 1 and 1A. I would, flip a coin, Herbert or Josh Allen. And Aaron Rodgers, he's hurt. I'd still take Aaron Rodgers over Herbert.
I'm taking Dak over Herbert.
Yeah, you can make an argument for that at least. I don't know about Brock Purdy if he's not in the Kyle Shanahan system. I don't know that I'd be taking him over Herbert though. I think that's a good point. That's why I say. That's why I say it's all about the coaches and the system I think that they're in. Because you're seeing that with Bryce Young right now. They have no team around him right now because they gave him so much for him, and their coaching staff's not getting anything out of him. So that's why I think it's not just the one quarterback that defines everything. It's the coaching staff and the players that they build around him as well.
Got a better one
Let's
for
talk
you,
about,
Josh Allen with his new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Getting back to a little bit more Broncos, not Josh Allen,
Yeah,
not
sorry.
Justin Herbert, man. No, it's okay, man. Well, here we are, guys. Again, 4-0, continue to stack wins. Vance Joseph turning around his defense. Sean Payton getting Russell Wilson in this offense, to stack wins, stay in games. Everyone's got to admit, man, Russell Wilson coming up to the line has looked better in this 4-game stretch than it did at the very beginning. It took some time for them to get, acclimated together. We're getting up to the line of time. We're getting motions. We're getting checks. By the way, anybody who wants to know, I'm pretty sure Freddy Krueger is pretty much a dump over the middle to Pirine. If you don't already know that, it was pretty obvious. But that being said, he's going up there. He's checking plays. He's doing things, to win games. And this team has completely turned it around. So now the question starts to become, what is possible? And like I said, I wanted to get to this, man. Playoffs possible. Just look at, who's in front of you and what the possibilities are. Okay, Jody's jumping in with very much. Jody, how is it very much in play for a team that's, still what, 500 now? 500? I got that right? 500 team, 5-5. Go ahead, man.
You play Cleveland next week. They do not look like a juggernaut on offense. But I think that goes into your favor. You don't have to score a lot of points. We're not scoring a lot of points right now. All you need is one couple big drives. I think your defense can shut them down. I think that's a game you can win. So I'm going one game at a time. Let's not look. I don't want to look too far down the road. That's one thing I think Peyton has done. He's grounded this team. He's making smart decisions. And he's making smart decisions with Russ. And even today, whatever Russ threw the ball 34 times, they were smart throws. He threw intermediate passes, threw deep when he had to. That fourth down pass to Sutton, that's a game-winning play right there, Sutton and him. So you make plays like that, get in the playoffs, and anything can happen. A team that comes to my mind, and I've heard Kenny say, got in the playoffs, won the Super Bowl.
Yep, it's true. Giants, man, just making that run, and there's a lot of similarities. All right, the stepfather coming in here with that outside perspective again, man. I appreciate it.
What a perfect segue, because I just had my notes written down, and what a perfect time to come on the show. This team reminds me of my 2007 New York Giants. I've been saying it for weeks now. Every week now is a playoff atmosphere game. You have a lot of teams that are right there with you. You're leapfrogging a team each week. That's the goal. Okay. My Giants in 2007 started the season 0-3. Defense was putrid, bad. Steve Spagnuolo was a new coordinator, came in, bad defense, started turning it around. We finished the season 8-8 as a 6th seed, went on the road. We beat Tampa Bay, who had a solid year that year. We beat Dallas on the road, who we lost to 2 times earlier in the season, but they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And we beat the Packers in Lambeau in that minus 20 degree day game. And then what did we do? We went and beat the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. So you know what? I'm the adopted stepfather of this group. Set the bar high. You might not even just get into the playoffs. You're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. This team has got something special going on with them right now. And I believe in momentum more than anybody. This team's showing a lot of similarities to that 2007 season. I don't want to get too high yet, but I'm going to say expect playoffs, and not just the playoffs. Expect at least a win or two in those playoffs, guys.
Before I get to Trevor, just really quick, got to say, because I missed it and it's been a few moments. So, hey, guys, is from Clayton, great supporter of the show. Thank you so much, Clayton, for coming in here. He's saying also, and we always know it's Clayton because he says smash that like button and share, guys.
What's up, Clayton?
Appreciate you coming in here, Clayton. I think this might be my sister. I'm off of comments for just a second saying, what a game, bro. So good to see you, sis. And Trevor, I'll get back to you, man. And like you give your thoughts on this, man. Playoff run, baby.
Yeah, I would say definitely the momentum's there for sure. We're on a 4-game winning streak right now. I would say game by game, though, I agree with Jody. Don't get too high because, again, a loss or maybe two can knock you back down. We're 5-5 right now. We're in a great spot. Momentum's there, definitely. So I agree with Kenny, too, on this as well. Momentum is a great thing. I believe in it, no doubt about it. And I think we're seeing this team carry that momentum from that Chiefs game and probably go back to that Packers game to now and then through the bye. So credit to them right there. But I would say game by game, also, you have Joe Burrow. You have Deshaun Watson, who just went down. I know Deshaun Watson has been great this year, but you have Joe Burrow just went down with an injury. Now you have these backup quarterbacks starting to play now. This is your time to shine now. There's a golden opportunity right in front of you to take advantage of this and take care of your own business. Do not worry about what other teams are doing right now. That's important for this team to do. You cannot worry about what Cincinnati's doing. Are they losing, winning, whatever? Don't play the winning loss games of the teams. You need to worry about take care of business of yourself. What's going on? No matter how you win, make sure you get that win and continue that momentum that we've seen this team have ever since we play Green Bay.
I like it, man. I like it. You know, my thoughts on this, I'm gonna take a little bit different route here, guys. My thoughts are this. The Broncos right now sit in the 10th position. Teams in front of them right now. The Colts. I do not feel that the Colts are a team that I would have to be worried about coming down the stretch. It's a team that certainly if it came to playing them in the playoffs, I'd feel pretty good about. They're in the 9th spot. In the 8th spot are the Bills. The Bills we just got done beating, and quite honestly, the Bills are struggling right now.
Their season gets incredibly tough.
Correct. They had one of the toughest
schedule. Eagles next week, just to name one.
Yep. Strength of schedule is tough for them. So, Steelers in the 7th spot.
Fraud.
Texans.
Not worried.
Texans in the 6th spot.
Good story,
Browns
I think.
in the 5th spot. And the Browns we get to play next. So, the Texans we play coming up. Again, so we have opportunities to not only hit that competition that sit in front of us and knock them down, bring them up, but then those other teams, the Steelers, the Colts, the Bills, that are, somewhat mediocre teams. They're certainly not a team that's been on a 4-0 run, looking to go 5-0. I'll give you that. So Broncos are looking really good. It's got to be exactly what Jody said, what Trevor said. It's a game at a time. Maybe they are those giants of the past. Maybe they can put that run together. And, could you imagine them like beating out of Philadelphia in the Super Bowl or something like that? That would just be amazing. So that being said, Kenny's coming in here. I imagine this is Kenny. I'll get back to my comments, guys, and get caught up.
Kurt,
he says we are.
It's Kurt.
Oh, Kurt. I'm sorry. Kenny's with me. Kurt's the one in the comments. Got to keep those K and K guys all lined out. Couldn't Kurt be like with a C? Wouldn't that make it easier? No, just kidding. He says we are built for the playoffs. We run the ball. We play defense. We have a championship franchise QB who makes big plays in the clutch and a championship coach. That's how you win in the postseason. Yeah, we got the components. We got the pieces. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, we got all the ingredients for the right recipe. It's all about putting it together now, I think, at this point. So, guys, we're at 49 minutes. Want to get to some final thoughts. Final thought from Jeremy, man. That Browns defense, it's a scary one. It's a scary one. It's one that's formidable, but I'm telling you, this Vikings defense that we just went up against, there's a reason that they were on a 5-game winning streak. And a lot of it has to do with this defense. It doesn't have to do with Josh Dobbs. It doesn't have to do with Justin Jefferson that's been out. It has to do with what this defense has been able to do and Brian Flores over there. So hats off to them, but not enough tonight. I'm going to give final thoughts, starting off with Jody as we're wrapping up here, bud.
I have a couple of things. I'll shout out Josh Dobbs for only being there for 20 days. He's probably earned himself a decent contract with a team that might be in the middle of the draft. Not sure where they're going to go.
Josh Dobbs or Russell Wilson?
Josh Dobbs.
No, I'm saying who's your choice for QB?
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Okay, I'm just giving you a bad time.
Now,
I had to throw it out there. No, give your shout out to Josh Dobbs. I understand where you're coming from.
Now, Russell Wilson, if he hasn't shut the haters up yet, they're never going to stop, because 2 weeks in a row he led a game go-ahead drive. They lost the lead. Game-winning drive in Buffalo, place we haven't won in 17 years. And then led the game-winning drive here against Minnesota, team you had done nothing with all game. For drive down the field. Cortland Sutton is your true number one on this team. I don't want to hear Jerry Jeudy or nothing else. Sutton is your one. And keep playing with the momentum and take it one game at a time. I think you have a good chance against Cleveland because their offense is not good.
I like it, bud. I like it. You know, there are opportunities, and hey, man, Russ haters can stick it in, in a nice little corner and let it grow. Because we're a family-friendly show. And that being said, I'm gonna go right over to Trevor next, because I want to give Kenny the final thoughts before I get out of here.
Yeah, so just final thoughts. I think it's great win. I mean, this team finds ways to come in clutch when they need to. That's something that we just have not seen in years from this team. I mean, a lot of credit should be to Sean Payton, how he dialed this thing up, because he really did. It wasn't easy for head coaches on the sidelines to dial it up. Hackett couldn't do it last year. I mean, Fangio can do previous years, and then obviously VJ not either. So it's just a lot of credit to Sean Payton, what he's building with his culture. Again, new field, new culture, new identity. You got the Broncos right now, and they're just again. There's no reason you can't go in there and have Denver come into town. You can't beat them. I agree with Jody on this one. The Browns offense is not very good right now, but their defense is elite. So you're going to have to match, what they do defensively as well. But again, turnovers. That's what this defense does. They're just be critical, I think, going into next week. Once again, I would expect this to be another hard-fought win next week against the Browns, because it's really hard to blow out teams in the NFL, but you're probably not going to blow out that Cleveland Browns team, just their defense. So you're going to have to match their defense intensity and just win a turnover battle. That's the thing is, these games, you're winning the turnover battle. So great win tonight, though. Regardless, let's enjoy this win tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Yeah. This time I'm right, that you can walk in on Monday with all your Broncos gear on. I said that last week, and of course we had played on Monday. Heading over to Kenny Kirkpatrick, man, giving us some final thoughts all the way on the East Coast, staying up super late, coming in with always great insight. Appreciate you so much joining the show, Kenny. Give me some final thoughts, bud.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on, and thank you for letting me adopt the team. It's going to be a fun ride with you guys. I enjoy this. I'm a diehard Giants fan. But have fun with the Broncos. My best friend, co-host Kurt, he's the diehard Bronco fan, and I'll be there on Sundays. So next week's post-game show, hopefully we can all have a little celebration, and we can join you guys after hopefully a victory from the Browns. But again, guys, enjoy this run. Every week is playoff atmosphere, and that's fun. You're only 10 weeks in now. You're 5-5. Now it's the next season. Now you got to that 500. That was step one. Now step two, keep it going, get into the playoffs. And this is a crazy year. Anything can happen in this year's playoffs. I'm convinced. I mean, we're seeing this crazy season so far, right? What a roller coaster ride you guys have had. 3 weeks ago, couple months ago, you're giving up 70 points. Rex Ryan's bashing the defense. Well, thank you, Rex Ryan, because you opened up you fired somebody up over there in Denver, and the defense has been top 5 the last few weeks. So continue to run this, guys. Let's go Broncos. And for all the haters, Jody, don't even pay any mind to them anymore. This is celebrating. These are true Bronco channels, and Denver Bronco Roundup's the best. Love you guys.
Man.
Thank you for having me.
Man.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you.
Let's go, Bronco.
Yeah. No kidding, man. Kenny, I appreciate you, man. Well said. Always appreciated when you come in here. Great opinions, great insight, and man, couldn't have adopted a better stepfather into the Denver Bronco Roundup. So, thank you, man. I appreciate you so much. Again, guys, if you love sports, especially if you love sports outside of Colorado, just a team, any team, they got you covered over on the K&K Sports Show. Check those guys out. Doesn't matter if it's talking sports wagering, you name it, college sports, professional sports, they got you all taken care of. Love the K&K Sports Show. Like I always said, it's kind of like our cousin podcast on the other side of the coast, other coast, I guess you could say, almost. So other side of the nation. Jeremy's coming in here and saying thank you, guys. Jeremy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Pearl's coming in here saying love you guys. A big thank you. And yes, I made the onion rings. Thank you. We are undefeated with Pearl's onion rings. So, I mean, you believe in a little bit of karma, you believe in a little bit of superstition, you believe in a little bit of mojo. Man, keep making those onion rings, Pearl, man. I'm telling you, I think there's something in them. Secret recipe to Broncos success, Pearl Heater's onion rings. That being said, guys, my final thoughts has got to be, once again, thank you to everybody that came in. We had Pearl that came in. We had Jeremy that came in. Of course, Kurt was in here. Ernie Mays. Clayton was in here. Going to try to scroll through. Of course, Bobby was in here early. Was trying to remember all the names that kind of came through, guys. I didn't write them down. We usually have our good friend, and I should mention Albert Knoppers, who couldn't make it tonight. Always usually a part of the Denver Bronco Roundup. Can always catch him on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. That's when we usually have our standard show, or 7 o'clock, right? 7?
Yeah.
7
when we don't have technical problems, but I mean,
no kidding. Ain't that the truth?
That must be a podcast thing, because we always have technical difficulties on K&K.
Well, I think I might have figured it out, and then I drop out. But that being said, we also had Clyde that came in here, and I apologize, Clyde. We didn't get to your comment. I just noticed that, so I apologize to Clyde. But had lots of great fans come in here, be a part of the show. Denver Bronco Roundup is that's what it's all about. It's all about you guys. It's all about the fans. We appreciate you guys so much. Again, and I need to get back into the typing, the writing a little bit, but head on over to the Rocky Mountain Sports Network, RockyMountainSN.com. You can head on to the website that way, I should say. You can check out the Rocky Mountain Sports Network on Facebook, on X, on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We always have new stuff coming. Check out Rocky Mountain Sports Network on Apple Podcasts as well, because you'll have great new things. We have Nuggets and Avalanche coverage that have been dropping with podcasts just as of lately. So if you're, again, enjoying those Colorado teams, man, it's the place to be. Also, guys, Willow Seasonings and Blends is our fantastic sponsor. Willow Seasonings and Blends is a Colorado-owned seasonings and sauce company. I'm telling you guys, for all of your barbecue, family members and friends that you're looking to put something underneath the tree for, this is the place to go. Won't be disappointed. Again, Colorado-owned, veteran-owned, Denver Bronco-owned, Blue Ribbon Award-winning. They are the best. Ship all over the country, all available all up and down the Front Range. Check out Willow Seasonings. When you're over there, if you're jumping online, you can go willowseasonings.com and then type in the promo code DBR2023. Saves you 15% and helps out a family in need. Broncos fans, man, thank you so much for joining us for a gut reaction. We'll, of course, have our standard Tuesday show, 7 o'clock p.m. That's 9 o'clock Eastern if you happen to be tuning in on the East Coast. We appreciate you guys out there, no matter where you're at. Until we see you again, guys, remember to keep your feet in your stirrups, keep your guns in your holsters, and keep the Broncos in your heart. Until next time, guys, we are out of here. Have a great night.